up guys, and welcome back to my Pokemon Sun and Moon video, in general coverage video. And today we are going to be analysing one of the new trailers, or the new trailer that came out. It was a couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. I'm a bit late on covering it, I know, but it came out at like 1 AM my time, so I was asleep by that point, and so I didn't know about it until like the day I got home. And then it was, yesterday it was Origins Day, so that's the reason we didn't cover it then, but we're covering it now. So we're going to go through, analyse the trailer. Most of the trailer, at least, there are bits I'm going to leave for another video, but most of the trailer is going to get analysed, so let's get going. So this trailer is based on the guy, the Japanese kid we saw in the very first Japanese trailer, or one of the very first Japanese trailers. He's gone home to visit his cousins, I'm assuming, and yeah, that's basically it. But obviously we're not looking at any of his stuff, but this is where the trailer is taken from, so a lot of the screenshots are taken off just 3DS screens, so it's not the amazing quality, but it's decent. Anyway, first things we have to look at here is some Battle Royale images. The first one is mainly here just to show you can actually not wear a hat in this game. If you see the guy on the far right is not wearing a hat, so no hats are confirmed. We pretty much knew this already, but no hats confirmed. And the second screenshot here is showing Pikachu dying, basically, but you can see that this blue line calling it back to its Pokeball. This was actually shown in the E3 demonstration when Popplio fainted, but we didn't actually pick up on it then. I've only just noticed it now, but it's pretty cool that they don't just drop and fall away and go into a mystical ball of light. There's actually a line that comes back as in calling them back to a Pokeball. So then, next up we have some images, or loads of images. But the first one here you can see is the boy opening up his 3DS, but now you can see the bottom screen, and it's our first shot of sort of the bottom screen in the main game, and see how it looks. But you can see it's very similar to, I guess, Heart Gold Soul Silver. There are 6 icons in the centre. There is also a back icon at the bottom left, so it's possible that there is a higher menu in this. It's like game stuff, then the PSS, and then something else. Similar, but you can see here there are 6 icons, one being obviously Pokemon, the one below it being bag. There's obviously going to be a save one, which seems to be on the one on the middle on the right hand side. Other stuff we usually have, we have Pokemon, Pokedex. Who knows whether the Rotom Pokedex seems to be the top right one, since it's in the same sort of structure. So Pokemon, Pokedex, bag, save. I'm guessing the bottom left is trainer card, and then the bottom right is actually Pokémon Amie, and we'll be looking at that a bit further on later in this trailer to see how that's changed. Then we can see this next screenshot is just taken again opening the 3DS, but what I want to point out here is what's at the top of the screen. You can see like an orange sort of base of a palm tree, I would guess, but there seems to be like a white, yellow, red and blue design around the base of it. Now whatever this is, I don't know, it could be a Pokemon of some sort, or it could be something completely unrelated. I just thought I'd point it out because it seems to be very interesting and not something we've seen before, so that's just a little pointing out for you guys there. Then we have these 2 screenshots, or this screenshot first actually, which shows Eevee being caught and registered in the Pokédex, and this seems to be confirming that there are no new evolutions in Generation 7, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Pokeballs around Eevee, as you can see. Obviously for Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, Umbreon, Espeon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and of course Sylveon, giving us a total of 8 evolutions, 8 circle Pokeballs, whatever you want to call them. So we would assume if there was another one here, it would actually be on this screen, but of course they could have removed it or hidden it, or maybe it's something, it's on a different screen entirely, we don't know, but that is Eevee there, so it would seem less likely that we're going to get an evolution in Generation 7, but of course never say never. Then we have these 2 screenshots here which show basically the main character dancing around, and we'll look at this a bit later on, but he's doing some funky tribal dance with this yellow light behind him. As I said, we'll look at that later on, and of course I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow focusing on it. After this we also have this shot of the Pikachu sort of special move we saw the other day, or we saw a screenshot of. The first one obviously is the same screenshot, but the second one you can see Pikachu getting a ball of electricity around it and then shooting this beam, this spark off, this zap off into the future, into the distance, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. Then next up we have the shots of Pokemon Amie. As I mentioned, you can see here it starts off with basically grooming your Pokemon in Pokemon Amie, seems to be here. So instead of just being able to pet your Pokemon, you'll also be able to have this groom function, which allows you to blow dry your Pokemon, maybe brush them. You can see a Porygon hairdryer there, which looks really cool, stuff like that. And you can see on the main screen, once you finish this, 4 icons, one being to go back, top right being groom, bottom right being switch Pokemon, and the top left probably being some, it seems to be like a Pokepuff, so it'll probably be similar to that. Maybe incorporating the games in there and sort of, basically other stuff to do, maybe get a Pokepuff out, maybe the Pokepuff is put inside the grooming, we don't know, but I'm assuming they're going to keep the games in Pokémon Amie because they were actually really quite a fun aspect of it, but of course we don't know yet. Another, the other interesting change here is the fact that you can actually switch Pokemon in Pokémon Amie. I don't think you could do that last time, if I'm not, I might be mistaken, maybe you could, but either way, that's the feature there. Moving on further, we then have, first up, this main screenshot shows you the boy is trading with his cousin basically, and you get this shot of the screen here, which looks to be a trading screen, because you can see on the left here we have two players, with, I guess, trainer names at the top and bottom, also with two Pokemon and their names, and on the other 3DS you can see a similar screen at the top, and also what would be the parties down below, ready for trading, and of course it's backed up next by this trading play through this trading sequence. We can see Mimikyu, the new Pokemon there, as well as another one of the finishing of a trade with this new bear Pokemon. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but those are some footage of them there now. Next up we have a few gameplay images just to show off here. The first one being, as you can see, the player running up a hill of sorts with volcanic area around it, going up to what seems to be a platform of sorts since we have two torches. My guess would be this is sort of the same sort of area that we start the game in. Obviously we have this platform in the starting village where we battle our rival, and Tapu Koko is related to it, so I'm assuming on the island with the volcano this is going to be towards the top of the volcano, having a similar sort of area for the Guardian to reside in. The second screenshot we have is then of basically Professor Kukui's wife, I'm assuming. Oh, no, it's not your wife. It's not her wife. His wife. It's your mother. This is your mum, okay? Oh, I thought it was his wife, like when we started, but it's now your mother. So I guess she's just saying goodbye to you at some point during the game, maybe when you first leave initially, right at the start of the game. Who knows? And then the next screenshot's actually quite interesting. It shows you riding a Tauros, and it's going along a path. I don't know really what this is because it has a special orange front to it, and it suggests that you're running really fast and you can break things, but there doesn't seem to be anything to break there. So maybe there are some features like that where you can break some rocks with running Tauros like that, or maybe it's just that a charge up of its speed to allow you to move faster. And I'm assuming this is just exclusive to this one route, as it was similar in Pokemon X and Y. Just with a few Pokemon dotted about for you to jump on and ride around on. So it should be pretty cool to see how that works, of course. Then next up we have another two screenshots here, again focusing on this special dance thing, and you can see in the first one the bracelet shining there, and then we get this special sort of, I don't know what to call it, funky symbol as well in the second section. And as I said, I'm doing a video on this tomorrow to talk all about this, so I'm not going to focus on it too much for now. And then we have some more screenshots again of the gameplay, just as the trailer comes to a close. The first one shows you and your rival, or your friend rival, whatever he's going to be, basically coming in on a ferry. So this is how you obviously move across the islands, so it's going to be very interesting to see. I'm assuming that's arriving at an island, because I think the boat is coming towards the camera, so they were getting ready to jump off and continue on their adventure. The second screenshot here shows you riding a Lapras, and this Lapras has a specially fitted like a riding platform, so I don't think this is going to be a case of if you have a Lapras in your party and you surf, this is what you get. I think it's going to be a case of this Lapras is going to be sitting around to be rode, very similar to other Pokemon X and Y as we've seen, and you can ride this Lapras around the route. Same thing goes on here. We have a Sharpedo actually, again with some form of riding apparatus on it, so I'm assuming it's exclusive to the route again, or it could be some sort of mini game, I suppose. Maybe Sharpedo racing. You can see the character is also wearing swimwear almost, so whether that's a case of they've changed the outfit to look like it, or whether it's whenever you get on a Sharpedo, that is, because it is in the water basically, maybe you change like that automatically. Who knows? Then we have a few more to look at before we finish up. There are loads of these images, as I mentioned. We're going to look at them tomorrow. I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but hopefully that gets you guys excited for talking about this tomorrow. Get thinking already, and then we're finishing up with these final two screenshots showing Lunala and Solgaleo in different areas, I think it is, than the original sort of gameplay we saw of them. You can see Lunala swooping down, and then Solgaleo actually jumps down and then roars. You can see for Solgaleo, the temple is not behind him, and Lunala has no temple behind. I'm going to say her, but it's obviously not her behind them, so that it's either facing away from the temple or a different part of an island altogether. So right now we don't know. There's also this weird sort of construction behind Solgaleo. I don't know really what that is, whether it's a lighthouse or something along those lines. If you guys have any ideas, let me know down below. As I've mentioned several times, I will be covering all those funky dance moves and bracelet stuff tomorrow, theorising on exactly how that mechanic could work, because I think we had a good beat on it the other day, so we're very close to it already. But let me know what you think of this trailer so far, all the new interesting things. Do you think it's going to be a new evolution? What do you think of these riding Pokemon? And just get your taste buds thinking. That doesn't make any sense at all, but you guys get the idea. Taste buds thinking for tomorrow's video as well. But for now, this is going to be it for me for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, but I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.